Gear Solid 5, like much of Hideo Kojima's work, is a goddamn mystery. It's a massive game that spent years on years in development and came out to insane critical acclaim despite the fact that it's not finished. There are hundreds of different videos I could make about this game, but instead of focusing on the buttery smooth gameplay or how much I want to throw a pipe bomb into Konami's lobby, today I'm going to be zeroing in on the one thing that interests me the most about MGS5, Venom Snake. Venom Snake is a fucking puzzle box of a man. So even after I spent 150 hours with this bearded weirdie in the sweltering heat of Afghanistan and the lush forests of Africa, I still have the question. Just who the fuck is Venom Snake?
Becoming Venom Snake.
Ah yes, punished Venom Snake. Who could forget his famous opening line? Or his classic response to being captured by Skullface's mechanical magnum opus? What about his verbal tete-a-tete with Skullface over there clashing? I'd say something! Venom Snake is a quiet character. Kinda too quiet. Whether or not that's completely on purpose, we'll never know. I personally believe that Venom Snake was originally going to be a more verbal, interesting protagonist, and Konami just gaped Kojima's budget hole until they could only afford Kiefer Sutherland for like half a fucking day. So jumping right into it, I want to cover how you empathize with Venom Snake in a different way than any previous Metal Gear protagonist. Let's take Solid Snake as an example. Solid Snake is the hyper-confident badass that pretty much every dude wants to be at some point in their life. Venom Snake is not that way. In fact, the entirety of Metal Gear 5 is less emotional on a grand scale than any of the previous games. There's no shirtless fight on top of a giant robot. Venom Snake is constantly learning across his whole journey, just like us. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on half the time, just like us. I bet that whale was just as confusing to him. Hell, we even have a hand in crafting the look of Venom Snake, however unknowingly. Upon release, this character creation screen at the beginning of the game was really weird, seeing as Metal Gear Online had yet to be released. And in retrospect, of course, it was basically waving the fucking twist right in front of my goddamn face. But I think it's an interesting choice to place this at the beginning, despite the fact that the twist itself was just butchered. It's cool to see the character you created at the start finally show up with some context at the end. Kinda brings it full circle, even if the character creation screen itself isn't the most artful way of introducing the possibility that maybe Venom Snake isn't who we think he is. But it does add some sort of a relatable attachment to Venom. Despite the fact that my Venom Snake looks like he was hit with a fucking brick when he was a baby, I created that thing. That is my fucking gross abomination, and he looks damn good in some cheetah print tights. All of these little things, learning with Venom, empathizing with Venom's confusion, handcrafting the original face of Venom, these all add up to a kind of subconscious attachment to the character, at least in my case. And I think that was the point. What with the late game reveal that you are Big Boss and Big Boss is you, I really think Kojima wanted you to feel as if you are Venom Snake, soldier of legend. And this projection, the way you as a player interpret the various scenarios of the game, I think you're supposed to see those reactions reflected in Venom. His reactions are just subdued enough to allow space for interpretation. I feel like his emotions can be read in a multitude of ways throughout the game. Or maybe it just sucks. All of this weird Big Boss was in you the whole time kind of stuff leads to, in my opinion, everyone having their own interpretation of Venom Snake. To emphasize this, I talked to a few of my friends and asked them how they see and interpret the character of Venom Snake. How do you interpret Venom Snake?
It's a dude hypnotized into being someone he's not, so he's not hit, although he fully believes he's Big Boss, he's not gonna know how Big Boss would react, so he's just gonna imitate that.
I think I talked about this once. He's almost like, he's like Kojima's Frankenstein in a weird way.
A lot of companies try to like conflict between, should we have this deep historical character and all that stuff, or should we have them be a projection of the player? And Kojima simultaneously does both, but while giving a middle finger, once again, metaphorically, and who knows, probably literally several times during development, to those mechanics.
Because, like, literally he exists to explain a plot hole in a fucking, like, MSX game from the 80s, like, about, like, wait, how did Big Boss die in two places? It's because there was another one. Like, that's the reason he exists, and nobody wants to fucking admit that.
Middle fingers to answering plot holes from decades ago, but...
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a joke or not. It seems like a middle finger, in a way.
just dedicate a whole game.
It was
to
a
that.
middle finger, but that he didn't get to finish. It's like you're about to raise a middle finger, but your hand gets slapped down by your boss.
I don't think it's Kojima's fault. I think it's Money's fault, and the fact that, like, in order to get a sense of his character, you have to sit down for like an hour and listen to a bunch of fucking tapes. That's not to say he's totally bereft of character. Like, he has something to him. It's just in a weird way. I'm not sure what it is.
Alright, so nobody knows who the fuck this guy is. My very personal interpretation of Venom Snake is that he's fucking bananas. Like, I imagine Venom spending his days climbing around Mother Base butt-ass naked, oiled up, fully oiled, probably tackling a bunch of dudes, doing a bunch of ketamine. But in reality, much like your Isaac Clarkes and your Skyrim adventurers, Venom's character can basically be summed up as you. But you aren't a character. Venom Snake is a character, and you can't specifically define a character by describing him as you. So who is the real Venom Snake? What are his character traits? What does he feel that is separate from us? Is there even a character buried under there? Is Venom Snake anything more than the human equivalent of a blank sheet of paper?
Will the real Venom Snake please stand up?
So this is the segment where we do some digging into the sticky corners of the internet to try to get some answers. The main and only piece of evidence I have to present to you today comes from G-Boon's SoundCloud, where he/she has uploaded cut voice lines stripped right from the code of the Phantom Pain.
This is it, boys. The gold mine.
All aboard the Ruse Cruise. Man, I really crowbarred that in there, I'm sorry. I just wanted an excuse to say Ruse Cruise in this video. It's pretty cool stuff, and I really recommend you go check out all of the cut lines that G-Boon has to offer, mostly because they're fucking hilarious. I'll give you a little tasty taste of some of the glorious nuggets you have waiting for you. Just take a second and go put on some headphones real quick. I'm just gonna wait here. Put on the headphones. Okay, we're going. Alright, now that we're all covered in sexual goosebumps, I'd like to set the scene for what we're actually about to look at. Despite what you just heard, it's not all weird moaning and grunting. There are some actual cut lines from scenes in the game. Most of these cut lines seem to come from a few of the many interactions Venom and Paz can have in the game. So what I've done is I've edited this excised dialogue into the scenes that I believe it originally fit into. Now keep in mind, I had to personally pick out which lines go where, and I might have totally done that shit wrong. Either way, let's take a look.
Snake.
How are you feeling?
What is it, Snake?
Want to see?
The Costa Rican Sea. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Costa Rica means rich coast.
Is that right?
Please, please, get them out of my country.
It's okay. It's okay.
Them? Huh? Who was I thinking of?
Are you all right?
It was...
Paz, it's over.
And then I... No, that is not right.
Paz.
But I am an angel of peace. I am a student.
Yeah. Sure.
I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
Just relax.
Snake?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry I bothered you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You are always so kind to me, Snake.
sure. Paz,
Oh, Snake!
feeling any better?
What is it, Snake?
Take a look. Do you remember?
Chico. I wonder what he thinks of me. I have not seen him lately. Maybe he is angry.
No, that's not it.
There is something I am hiding from Chico.
Don't worry about it.
Or I thought there was.
Paz, you need to rest.
It was.
Don't push yourself.
And then I... No, that is not right.
It's nothing.
But I am an angel of peace. I am a student.
That's enough. Lie down.
I I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
Rest now.
I don't know about you, but I got more of a sense for Venom as a character in those few pause scenes than I did in any of the scenes in The Phantom Pain. Kiefer was putting the pain in those lines. The Phantom Pain! But seriously, if stuff this juicy was cut from the game, what's to say there isn't a metric fuck ton of Venom Snake dialogue that's just never gonna see the light of day?
So who the fuck is Venom Snake?
In a way, Venom Snake is the ultimate Metal Gear mystery. I had to edit part of the game my fucking self to get some answers. I'm in deep shit here! But in the end, based on the information that we were given in the full release of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, I believe the answer to our question is this. Venom Snake is whoever you want him to be. Is that a cop-out? Fuck yes it is! But we can't go back in time and unfuck this blown out asshole, which is essentially a sentence that can sum up the entire creation of Metal Gear Solid 5. Honestly though, what I think we've learned throughout this video is that Venom Snake is different from your standard Metal Gear Solid protagonist. Based on the cut dialogue alone, there's something subtle and melancholy buried in there. And yes, if you're thinking to yourself, did I just watch a video that took 10 minutes to explain that Venom Snake is sad? Well, you're fucking spot on! But the real point of this video is that I believe that there was something more planned for this character, some kind of arc or more fully realized characterization. It's clear as goddamn day that Metal Gear Solid 5's creation was an absolute clusterfuck. So is it so hard to believe that Venom Snake wasn't all he could have been? Either way, I don't think we'll ever really know who Venom Snake was supposed to be. And maybe that was the point. I mean, the game's called the fucking Phantom Pain. I don't think it's much of a reach to think that Kojima wanted us to feel like Venom, to be left with a feeling of longing and emptiness. It's cold and unfulfilling, like the cycle of revenge, which makes me want to punch myself in the fucking face.